Hello everybody! Oh, I always forget what the hell I'm going to say. Hello everybody! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. If you did not know that, then you must be new. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. My channel, Sarah Sunshine! So essentially, if you are new here, or even if you're not, I've only uploaded a couple videos, but essentially, the main point of my channel is just to get my nerdiness out when it comes to video games, movies, books, but also in regards to makeup. I'm a huge makeup nerd, I'm a huge video game nerd, movie nerd, book nerd, I'm just a nerd. So today I'm going to be starting a series where essentially I am going to be doing Harry Potter themed makeup looks while talking about Harry Potter. This video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be a Slytherin inspired makeup look, and we're also going to be talking about the Slytherin house and Harry Potter and essentially how that is and my thoughts on that house. Fun fact, I actually am a Slytherin, which is funny. I didn't actually know that until, Pottermore went ahead and did the revamped quiz, and I thought for the longest time that I was a Ravenclaw, and I never really understood why. It didn't really fit, and then went ahead and took the revamped Pottermore quiz, and turns out that I'm a Slytherin. I'm like, actually, you know what, that makes a little bit more sense. And today we're going to be talking about that and also doing our face with Slytherin colors. And yeah, if you have your makeup lying around and if you have the same colors that we're going to be using, go ahead and do the makeup with me. Let's just hang out, have some fun time, and do our makeup together. And of course, as all the other previous videos, if you have any suggestions, any comments, anything like that, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let's start a discussion in the comment section. And of course, before you leave, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the little notification bell. That way you get a notification, a little bing every time that I upload a video so you don't miss it. And if you like this video by the end of it, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Let's get right into this video. Alright, so first we are going to go ahead, prime our face, put on some First we're going to prime our face, put on some foundation and some concealer. Something that is very, I believe, stereotypical of a Slytherin is that they are very pale-faced. And I'm not meaning white, I just mean that kind of the look of, you know what I mean? Like stone slate. And we want to be chiseled. We want to look like royalty, but also be covered in green and silver because that's also a stereotypical thing. If you know, the Slytherin colors are green, silver, more green, black, and a little bit of white. And I guess on the emblem there is gold. But we're actually going to skip the gold because I didn't think about that until just now. But we're going to see what we come up with. So let's get started! There's hair on my blender. One more. Look at this. My friends, my work friend gave me this. And it's an organizer. And it goes like this. And you go woo, woo. And then she's like, oh wow. And then it goes wow, wow. And when she gave it to me, it was all full of Ulta makeup. It was great. It was like a Christmas. And I'm going to be using my trusty Professional Pro Balm to minimize the appearance of pores by Benefit. Let's put this on. I need a mirror so I can see what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to do this without being able to put this on the stand. Shit, I need a stand. I need a stand. What can I use as a stand? Okay, crisis averted. Yeah, this is me, Miss Sarah here, trying like, oh yeah, I want to be a beauty guru, and also that I have my mirror on top of 3 boxes on top of my desk chair. I have my side lamp on an office chair, and I have just a stand-up regular lamp to try and get good lighting. Crying out loud. Okay, let's see if this works. I don't know if it will. We are finally ready to start, and we can do this. Alright, where'd I put my blender? There's my blender. Where'd I put my primer? There's my primer. Let's put this shit on our face. So with primer, I essentially put this in my T-zone, mostly focusing on my nose so I can get nice and primed there. Figure out where your pores are. I got pretty large pores right here. So we want to go ahead and make them go away. Now we're going to go in with some foundation. I am using L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup. L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup in Soft Ivory Neutral N1. Let's do one of these. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Hey! Hello? Hello? Anyway, we're gonna put this on our beauty blender like so, and we're just gonna go boom, 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 boom. You guys know the drill. Start this off. What are your guys' Harry Potter houses? Do you even watch Harry Potter? If you don't watch Harry Potter, I'm not really sure why you're watching this video, to be completely honest. But either way, I'm glad to have you here. Maybe you learned something. Okie dokie. Now that we look like we're dead, we're gonna start adding some dimension. I used too much foundation, just put it everywhere. Okay, now that we've got our foundation on, we want to go ahead and conceal. Again, we want to go for the really, really high cheekbone contoured look. So we're gonna go a little bit overboard. Well, maybe not overboard. This might be your, everyday look. If so, you're a queen. And you're better than me when it comes to patience. Because I don't have it. Patience, I mean. Alrighty. And we're done. No, I'm kidding. Blend that out. Okay, so like I was saying before, I am a Slytherin. That's why I'm doing this video first, because it's the one that I relate to the most and the one that I'm most excited about. In the series, I'm going to be doing all 4 houses. I believe next I will probably do Hufflepuff. I think I'll do Hufflepuff. Because, fun fact, many of my friends are actually Hufflepuffs. They are the most genuine, sweetest individuals. A Hufflepuff is always good to have around. Another thing, now that we have Slytherin, we gotta talk about some of the characters, like our favorite Slytherin characters. My favorite Slytherin character is probably because I had such a big crush on him when I was younger. Draco Malfoy. Like Tom Felton. I had a huge crush on Tom Felton when I was little. And when I look at him now, I'm like, oh, I could see why you did. I can now also see why you don't now. That's no shade. That's no shade. He's still an attractive man. He's good looking, but not my type anymore. Alright, before we blab too much, let's go ahead and bake our concealer so we don't get any creasing. For bake, oh, and I did not say, I'm sorry. For concealer, I use Tarte Shape Tape in Fair, because I'm really white. Right now, we definitely look like we're dead, and for bake, I am using L'Oreal Professional Loose Powder in Translucent Fair, because again, I am white. So, take your damp beauty sponge, tap tap, get in there, tap tap, and then we're gonna tap tap, tap tap, tap tap, tap tap. We want no greasing. Go ahead and set the rest of your, wherever you put it. Essentially, I'm gonna do this where I get the most oily, which is my T-zone and my eyeballs. Alrighty. Now that you did that, go ahead and take a big powder brush, which all my brushes fell over. Yay! That's everything that I wanted. Alright, we've got a crown tapered powder brush. I'm gonna go ahead and go in here. Tap, 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 tap. Oh my god, that's a lot of powder. Jesus. Move it around. Yeah. My favorite Slytherin character has probably got to be Draco Malfoy. I love him a lot, even though he's such a little prick. But in the progression of the movies, his angst and his pain is one of my favorite things. You know, all the crap that he put himself through just to... Oops. No, I got powder everywhere, my friends. No. God damn it. Just put it out. Leave it alone. Alright, brush away your bake. Get it down your neck. Put it in your ears. Put it in your hole. Don't put it in your hole. Let's get some contour in here. So for contour, I'm going to be using the Crown 10 color contouring palette. And I use a mix of one of these. This color, or this color, I don't know. We'll see how it looks. I would definitely want to go for more cooler tones, so probably these two is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to use my Crown contouring brush, the medium one, the buffing brush. Hello, Hope. How you doing? Gonna mix these two together. Tap, tap, tap. Contour it out. Lord, that is a strong contour. That's all good. We're gonna buff it out. Buff it out, buff it out, buff it out, buff it out. Please buff out. I'll be so sad if you don't buff out. Bring it up to your forehead. Do your jawline. Rinse and repeat. I'm also doing this as a, not a speed run, but I don't want to get too caught up in everything else because I don't want to be editing an hour worth of footage, which is what I did on my my first makeup tutorial. Yeah, I filmed so much. Why did I do that? It just ends up being more work for me in the long run. I'm not about that life. Don't forget your other side. La, 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 la. Alright, if it comes out too strong, you use your blender that you had before with a little bit of foundation on it. Boobada, 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 boo. Soften it. And then reblend. Reblend. Okie dokie, we're going to take our little one. Hello, Hope. Little one. We're in the same colors. Really tap it out. You want to use this gently. Nose. Nose contour. Nose contour. We want to look streamlined. Alright. You can also contour this bit if you so please. And I please. Alright, cool. Now that we're looking snatched, we can move on to other things. Hello, Hope. Move out of the way. Go, 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 go. Was anyone else into Hermione back in the day? If you don't know what that is, or Drapple, that was funny. That joke ship. Draco, Malfoy, and an apple. Still cracks me up to this day. For my eyebrows, I start at the tail first, and then I kind of work my way to the middle. Typically, you want your brow tails to be darker than the inside. Why am I crying? I haven't even gotten to my eyes yet and I'm already crying. What the hell? And as always, brows are sisters, not twins. We don't have to spend 200 years to make them look symmetrical. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Alright, now that we come to the fun part, which is our eyes, we've got, oh, actually, no, I lied. We forgot. We want to go ahead and highlight. So I've got Ice Cold by Jeffree Star, the Skin Frost. The reason why I'm using this one, I also have mint condition, but I think if we're going for a Slytherin look, we want to go ahead and we want to look icy. Want to look icy. So we're going to put this on the high points of our cheekbones, like so. Lay it down heavy, lay it down soft, however you like. I'm going to lay it down kind of heavy because I'm going to glow today. You know? It is fun to glow, my friends. It is fun to glow. Put it on your cupid bow, chin, go ahead and strobe a bit. Strobing is when you put it on your forehead. And then look at your highlighter for 1,000 years because you look like a glazed donut. Alright. Now, I'm not going to be doing any blush. I want to keep it very like this. We want to look like a bit of a marble statue. Now, for the eyes, what we are going to do first is we are going to prime our eyes with Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Please excuse Hope, she's buffing. She just buffs. But we are going to put this, we just want a little dollop, put it on your finger, or on a brush, whatever you prefer. We're going to dollop it on, like so. Put it all over your eyelid, like so. But no, if you remember Hermione, I was a big Hermione shipper. Big Hermione shipper. I don't know why, but there's just something about being a teen and being so obsessed with the idea of the bad guy with the really, really good girl, and them just having like, do you need to go outside? Hope, do you need to go potty? Okay, 1 second. 1 second. There was just something really cool about the idea of the bad guy with the really, really good girl, and them just having like highly inappropriate relations. In other words, smutfic. Sorry, not sorry. I was never a fan of Ron and Hermione. I was never a fan of Hermione and Harry, which I think was it called? Harmony. Harmony, that's what it was called. It was called Harmony, and then Ron and Hermione, did they even have a ship? I'm sure they did. But I don't remember it because I didn't like it. I was all about that Hermione lifestyle. And I know a lot of people were about Drary. Yes, Draco and Harry. A lot of that. I wasn't too much into that either. But I really, really liked Hermione. Like, it, speaking about it makes me want to look up a fan fiction for it and just read it all over again. But anyway, we're going to get into this look, and essentially what we're going to start with is if you have a matte slate white color, we are going to put that all over our lid. If you are of a darker skin tone, go ahead and look for a warm gray. Essentially, we just want to make it slate. We don't want to look like clowns. We just want to have a pretty pale base. Put that everywhere. Like so. Rinse and repeat. That we have essentially set our primer and give us our, there's a dog at the door, whoops. Now that we have that, we want to kind of go in with our transition shades. It's not going to be a big surprise. We're using a lot of green and we're using a lot of gray. Hope, get out of town. Thank you. Using a lot of green, using a lot of gray. So for our transition shade, if you have a matte gray color, use it. Now we're wanting to go with a lighter gray, not the dark, like shale gray. We want a lighter one. Now I have a lot of metallics to play with, and I'm debating whether or not I want to put a metallic in my crease, which usually is ill-advised, but I'm kind of on the side of I'm not sure if I care. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So for a matte gray that I don't have, so it's not really gonna work. So I'm gonna use a slightly shimmer silver from this Ulta Beauty palette. I'm gonna be using, what's it called? It is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be shimmer. Oh, never mind. I want shimmer silver, which is this one right here. Third over on the top. That's what we're going to use and put in our crease. Go ahead and get yourself a fluffy blending brush for blending and fluff. I'm just going to use this blending brush, which is from one of my Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. Yeah, this is my modern Renaissance brushy. We're going to go ahead and get all in there. Tap, tap. Put it in your crease. Double check that the pigment's actually doing what you want it to, because it might not be. I guess it kind of is. Rinse and repeat. Alright, we want this blowed out. Put it on the bottom. Go hog wild. Alright, now I'm going to take my Morphe palette. One of them. I guess let me take this one. I'm going to take my 35U Morphe palette, and I'm going to take, excuse me, this color right here, and we're going to deepen that crease a bit. This is also a metallic shimmer, but we'll see what happens with it. Oh, that works. Y'all, I think that is working. Did anyone get into some like weird crack ships? Like Hermione is a crack ship of its own. But I know there was some weird ones with like Dumbledore and Snape. Were you guys ever into that? I don't think I was. I'm trying to remember. I must have read something if I'm remembering that, you know what I mean? There we go, we got a shimmery crease. I'm going to go in with the darker slate color and I'm going to mix it with that original gray. It's coming out of that same palette. And here's my thing, if you fuck up at this part, it's not that bad, like, big of a deal, you know? You can kind of work with it. You just got to learn to build. You know, always start with your light colors first, add on from there, because you can't go the other way around. You know what I mean? Okay, now that we've got that base of transition down, we're going to go in with our green. So essentially what we are going to do, we have this dark forest matte green out of the 35S palette with Morphe, this one. And I think I'm also going to be dipping into this metallic shimmer and this lime metallic shimmer that actually comes out a bit more like, how would you describe? A bit more like less lime and more foresty, you know what I mean? Like, it's like that. So we're gonna kind of work with that. We got our blender. We are going to go in with that dark green. And we are going to put it in our inner crease. Very gently, and this is where you want to be a little bit more cautious when it's coming to the blending. Right now I'm still using the fluffy blending brush because I want to deepen everything as a whole. Next I'm going to go in with a smaller blending brush to kind of get more deep in the crease. And again, be very frugal with the amount of pigment that you're putting on and small circular motions. Just gotta be patient, move it around the way that you think looks right. So now we are going to take our smaller blending brush. This is just an e.l.f. brush that's so dirty, ignore that. Anyway, we're going into that dark green again. And we're just going to deepen that crease. Again, I think that this is going to be a big motto on my channel whenever it comes to makeup. It doesn't matter if it looks messy in the beginning, it's how it turns out when everything's on top, you know what I mean? So it's all good, don't stress. There's no reason. Oh, I'm going in steps and not telling you. Okay, so remember that shimmer shade? We're gonna put that all over our lid. So we got a nice base, putting that on with our finger. Go back in with your darker color, try and connect everything, make sure there's an even blend. Now, returning back to our 35U palette, we are going to be taking this more shale, these two. We're going to mix them together, we're going to put them on the outer corner. Alright, next we are going to be taking that lime color that we spoke about. We're going to take our finger, and we're going to put this as a spotlight from the inner corner to the middle. Alright, see now how we have that nice gradient? Right now it kind of is looking more forest nymph. We still got more to go. Now, and then finally we're going to want to go ahead and put a highlight in our inner corner. I'm going to be using this same 35U. It's this ice gold kind of shimmer. We're going to put that in our inner corner. And we're also going to highlight our brow bone with it. And all I'm thinking during this whole thing is like, God, I hope you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. Alright, lovely. Now to tie in the eyeshadow, we are going to go in again with our now very dirty brush with all the greens and whatever else we mixed. We're going to put it underneath the lash line. Now that we are looking very greened up, very, very green, now we're going to put on some sharp liner. But before that, we are going to go in with a dark, or a black gel liner for our waterline. I'm using Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil in Smooth Charcoal. Oh, I broke it! In the great words of Fergie, big girls don't cry. Let's actually look up, while we're here, let's look up the traits of Slytherin. Slytherin house traits. Dun 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 dun. Slytherin house values ambition, cunning, and resourcefulness, and was founded by Salazar Slytherin. Slytherins tend to be ambitious, shrewd, cunning, strong leaders, and achievement-oriented. They also have highly developed senses of self-preservation. This means that Slytherins tend to hesitate before acting, so as to weigh all possible outcomes before deciding exactly what should be done. Yes, I am extremely indecisive. I do not want to jump into anything. This has caused me to say no to many an opportunity because I've been not particularly scared, but wary because I don't know all the possible outcomes of a situation. I need to know all of the knowns. I need to know the knowns and know the unknowns. Do you know what I mean? Like, to kind of have a list of pros and cons. I definitely need that in my life. Strong leaders. This one, I would like to think that I am, but also if we go back to, I have to weigh all possible outcomes before deciding exactly what should be done. You know, when it comes to leadership, you have to first put yourself in that position, and I'm very wary of putting myself in that position. But when I am there, I do a pretty good job. If there's any other Slytherins, please shout out, sound off in the comments below. Let's have a discussion there, because I know that there's a lot more about us as a house that, you know, obviously gets a bad reputation because Death Eaters. But also, you know, there's definitely a lot of good qualities, and I would love to talk about that with you. Alright, first you're going to want to go out and then in and work your way from there. I definitely feel as though a Slytherin woman who likes a bit of makeup would definitely go for a very, very dramatic sharp wing, but very thin around the lash line, you know what I mean? Just try and do that. Alright, now the goal is to essentially copy this on this one. Can I just like print screen copy? Switch it around? No, doesn't work that way. Book. Alright, did it work? Kinda. Alright. Mascara. Alright, mascara. We got Smashbox, Full Exposure. Put these lashes on. We're mascaraed up. We are eyelinered up. What are we thinking so far? Is it looking snatched? Thank you. Alrighty. Now we're gonna do our lips. And that'll be the fun part. Alright, so for lips we are going to be essentially doing a gradient. So the main color that we are using here is Ivy by Colored Rain Cosmetics. It's a deep green color. On the edges, I'm going to be using a NYX Liquid Suede in the color Stone Fox. It's a dark gray. On top, for some shimmer, we have the Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics Lip Tar in Disintegration. And then we've got Maybelline Wickedly White lipstick. And yes, if you watched the previous video, I did go and get this returned and replaced, so it's not messed up like the last one. So what we're going to do, first we're going to start out, we're going to get our NYX Liquid Suede or whatever gray liquid lip that you have. I've noticed that liquid lips works a bit better because they kind of stay. It's like painting. So we're going to put this on the edges of our lips. Today's the 3rd of February. Have any of you guys been watching or excited for the Joe Weller KSI boxing? The fight? I actually was watching the live stream before I started filming this. Who do you think's gonna win? Or who did you think is winning? I'm sure that you'll know by now. What time is it? Shit, they're probably fighting right now. What's the time? The fight starts in 4 minutes! Ah! Alright, now that we look like we kind of sucked on 2 pieces of charcoal, we are good to go on the next step. So now we're going to take our green, we're going to put it in the middle. So my camera battery died, and I looked back on the footage and realized that every time that I was going down to do my eyes, you couldn't actually see what the hell I was doing. So that's good. But essentially where I left off, which you probably didn't even see, I went ahead and put the gray on my corners. I have the green all over. Now we are going to go ahead and put this lip tar in the middle for some shimmer and highlight. I'm not even sure why I'm continuing because the footage is probably really shit, but we're gonna try anyway. And we're gonna see how it goes. If not, I will be refilming this. But we're gonna put this over here. Get a nice shimmer going. Again, it's gonna look messy until it looks good. Go in with your finger. Diffuse it. We're gonna go back in with the green, reline. And it's essentially going back and forth until you are happy with whatever result you have. Now that we kind of have a diffused gradiated green, we are now going to take our white for an extreme highlight. Now, I recommend just using your finger with this, with the white, because you don't want to ruin the rest of the pigment. So just wipe it on your finger, like so. Hot that in there, like so. And if we couldn't be extra enough, we're going to take some of our highlighter, put it on our finger, and around the bottom. Now I don't want We don't want the shimmer too much on the top, more on the bottom. And we get this foiled lip look. And this is the finished product. There we go, and that is our video finished. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a thumbs up. If you're excited for the next series, which will, essentially, I will have everything set up the correct way so you can actually see what the hell I'm doing. We will next be doing the Hufflepuff inspired look. If you're excited for that, give this video a thumbs up, sound off in the comments below, and if you are not already, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Go ahead and click that red button along with the bell right next to it so you will get a notification ding every time that I upload and you will not miss it. Again, if you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. I love you very much. Mwah!